This program gives people a chance to think about pursuing a career in science or biology.
It's not lectures, it's not anything like that. It's exciting and it's really cool. You'll learn a lot.
I think I feel more comfortable here than school. I love science and medical stuff. I've noticed when I first came, they're all really smart people. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so smart. And I love talking to them about what I like, because I've never at school had anyone that liked biology or liked math.
For this lab, you're going to be putting 15 microliters of each color.
If I wasn't here, then I'd probably be home playing Sims or watching TV. I've never would have done these labs because at school we don't have all the tools and the things we need, and we have 30-minute or 45-minute classes, and we won't have time to do some of the labs.
Kind of what the DNA is going to do is we'll have our known, which will be our positive.
I've never worked in a lab, and I've actually really like it, and it's good that I got to see what it's like.
Amber was a biology student of mine last year. She was really clearly fascinated and had a lot of questions. And so when I see a student who is clearly self-motivated to get involved beyond what we talk about in class, I really try to find some additional programs for them to connect with. NWABR's summer program is great for her.
So we need a form of light that has really, really short wavelengths.
Some of the programs that we have connect students to researchers. We take them to different research facilities so they can actually see what's happening inside those facilities. They get to meet researchers. They talk about what some of the ethical considerations are in research. And it's a nice chance for them to see what some of the opportunities are for future careers aside from medicine.
Might not. So being able to compare the different.
Some people don't have anything to do in the summer, and they don't have a chance to see what's really out there, because you don't learn everything in school. You learn about what's in the textbook.
That program is especially for students who are underrepresented in science. It's great to give students some opportunities that they might not otherwise have. This program today, the Student Bio Expo, brings together about 400 students. These students have been working all year on projects that connect somehow to life sciences. What makes the Student Bio Expo unique is students can present their projects in a variety of formats, as diverse as art, music, drama. We have web projects, we have 3D molecular models, so we can really see students connecting their understanding of science to something that's personally meaningful to them. We have a lot of students who are maybe addressing a disease or condition that they themselves have for the first time in a really public way, and that takes a lot of courage, I think. And I think it also makes the science that much more meaningful.
I got my project idea because I knew I would have to do a lot of research on this. I researched it with my mom to learn more about it since I have the disease. I have pseudotumor cerebri, also known as Idiopathic intracranial hypertension, and it took all summer to get diagnosed because it's so rare. Every 1 out of 100,000 people have it. And it's not a fatal disease, it's more like you can go blind and you suffer from chronic headaches constantly. So right here is the choroid plexus where the CSF is made, and the pituitary gland's like right around here, really close to it. And it'll be released into the third and fourth ventricles. Then it'll decide whether if it's allowed to enter the bloodstream. It can only enter the bloodstream if the venous pressure on the outside is less than the pressure on the inside. Okay. So if it's greater, then it just stays inside. Now I take acetazolamide, and it helps a lot, like my headaches are gone. So this is your brain being stuck in a car crash or something, and now it's broken. Their brain's gone. And this is your CSF, the fluid. And when you shake it, no matter how hard you shake it, it's not gonna break. So that's how.
We provide mentorship opportunities for students. By working with mentors, students can get to know scientists more personally, and they can have expert input into their projects, and they just have connections to the scientific community that they might not otherwise have. So in a conventional science fair, a lot of the students who do really well might have some kind of connections beforehand that allow them to access special opportunities. So our hope is that we can broaden the playing field by allowing more students to have those opportunities.
So tell me a little bit about models in general. How do scientists use models?
I know I use models because it's easier to understand for me to see the actual physical presentation. Some things you can't actually hold.
The goal of the judges is to really find what your limit is. Some of the judges, they really are treating them as they would treat a graduate student. They are pushing and asking questions to find out what is the limit of their knowledge. And a lot of these students, they have gone into real depth, which is usually not something that we have time for in the classroom. So these kinds of projects really allow students to do something that's completely different than what they've experienced in their classroom education.
Correct, like normally, abnormal clocks start to increase. Well, that's a scary thought. 4 different types of this scary clock.
Having something like the Bio Expo really helps us motivate students. Without having a competition like the Bio Expo, I think it would be really hard to motivate students to do this kind of project. The support of the science background that the teachers get would be sorely missed. The caliber of science would decrease.
I won honorable mention for my category, and that really excited me because I didn't think I was going to win anything at all, and it was just really good to know that people really liked my poster and my project enough to give me an honorable mention. When I was little, I used to want to find the cure for cancer. I want to be a pediatric surgeon because you can do research as a surgeon, so I know I would want to do clinical trials. Programs like this are really important because it taught me so many things I would have never knew, and it opened me up to being a scientist.
These are the students that are going to be the researchers of tomorrow and the voting citizens of tomorrow. We need people out there who can work on curing diseases, who can work on clean energy, who can really contribute to society using their scientific understanding. We really need to work to support those students.